And who are you that would dare enter my courts unannounced? Let's hope your manners are as shiny as your sword. For you gaze upon the Shadow Queen, and I do not know what trickery has guided you here. But if you have come to stop me, your efforts are futile. I will take what is rightfully mine, and those who would stand in my way will find there are far worse things than death. But do not fret, my noble wanderer, for I am a gracious host. So stay, but do not stray far from my courts, for I may have use for you yet.
So serious.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my lord. All right, here we go. I'm good. Yep. They heard you.
Even better, because we're all sitting here making these faces. Just like,
It's been 2 seconds and I've already squeaked 3 times. This bodes well.
I love it.
There we go. Y'all should be able to hear me now. Thank you so much for joining us on a Monday here on Kobold Press. We were just joking about what a weekend, what a time, what a Monday. And now we can hear me. Thanks, Trooper. Yeah, so we are down one of our cast members today, but do not fret. I have plans. In addition to this, I thought, we might make it a little short and sweet. So, everybody buckle up. Because, if we got a shorter amount of time, I'm just going to ramp it up before So, I say that because we are back with not our full cast, with everybody, but, of course, Rocket Fox. So, I'm back with Persephoroth, Cord, and Eugenio today as we dive into the actual Shadow Realm, because last week they touched ground. They were able to decipher through the city of Zobeck, kind of piecing the puzzle together. They met a creature who had knowledge of how to complete the ritual necessary. And what they actually found out is the ritual to find the road to the Shadow Realm or to the courts was actually the merging of 2 roads. And Zobeck seemed to be a hotspot for the kind of portals necessary to make that happen. And they did it. They got the pieces and parts, and we're not really sure there at the end who made the sacrifice, or whose sacrifice was the one that actually opened the gate. But, needless to say, 2 of our party members revealed that they may have some history?
Issues! We all got issues!
We're broken. It's okay.
They got some things that they're dealing with, and maybe as they travel into the Shadow Realm, the truth of those may make themselves revealed. So, in fact, it is the kind of crunching of a boat that was on water that, like, rakes through dry dirt into the Shadow Realm. And as you look around, this is definitely not Kansas anymore. The sky is basically blackened with a kind of misty eeriness. Occasionally, if you stare long enough, you might see a star, but those clouds quickly consume what little light is there. If you see trees or underbrush, it's gnarled and pointy at the end. It would tear at your clothes and keep even some of the smallest creatures out with its density. There's a weight in the air. The kind of weight that comes with your second day of COVID-2 shot. The one that really, like, weighs you down. That's what it feels like.
That cannot be a cultural touchstone. I can't accept that.
So we all got the fever shivers and we're all in achy pain and want to go take a nap.
We want to watch YouTube.
Yes, exactly.
All day.
We're going to lay in the Shadow Realm today and just watch YouTube.
Watch YouTube, great.
Yeah.
Right. Don't want to think about anything.
That's really what the Shadow Fae are. They're actually just Netflix.
Yeah.
You have arrived.
Oh, no.
Oh, goodness. But even with the blackened sky, there is still a little light that comes through, a dim light that crosses everything, casting shadows from these gnarled trees and underbrush. And you can see that the boat has pulled up into kind of hesitate to call it a road. It is not paved in any way. It's not even graveled, but it is well beaten. So it's flat, and it's very clear that this is a path amongst the trees and the underbrush and the things that surround you. And as the three of you look around, one of your party, Seraphim, is missing. Did she even make it through from Zobeck? You're not sure.
Ooh.
Where's Seraphim?
I don't
How
know.
does a giant deer woman go missing from a boat?
It's literally exactly going to be my question.
Yes.
How did we lose?
Did she just
Her.
hop away?
Was she the sacrifice? Is that how we got here?
Oh.
Oh no. That goddamn slimy, lying...
Ask the bottle. Ask the bottle.
Oh, I can ask Dust. I'll ask Dust.
Oh, yes.
So I hold the bottle up and like give it a little rub.
The black that matches the sky, actually, the kind of same misty eeriness kind of swirls in the bottle. It's like those really cheesy 90s like tchotchke items you used to set on your mantle where you could like flip it and the sand would like slide through the water. It looks just like that. And you kind of shake it up and you can see it he makes like a tiny version of himself, kind of like in the bottle, and the water kind of pools at his misty
Dust is
body.
a magic 8-ball.
Yeah,
Canon
basically
confirmed.
he's like a magic 8-ball.
You shake and wait for a figure to hit the glass.
And he kind of you see him put his misty hands on the walls of the glass and peer out at you, recognizing where he is, that you arrived. But you only hear from the other side of the glass in his deep, scary voice. It's like very muscled on the other side of the glass.
I don't wish to let you out, for I don't know what will happen in this area. But do you know where Seraphim went?
How cheeky do I want to be? Oh, speaking of cheeky, hey Chad,
no.
you can add drama to this game by filling that bar there.
Oh, that's right.
To the left. Let me hook you up with the drama.
Speaking of cheeky, I'm here all night.
Speaking of cheeky, I'm not wearing pants.
There it is. I was trying to figure out how to make
I'm not
that
either, but I
version
don't
of
have the
joke.
cheeks to have cheeks. I'm wearing shorts, technically.
You know what? I think
No, I'm not wearing pants.
knowing he can't hear you. Technically,
blinking in
Seraphim
the
can't wear
horns.
pants either. Seraphim's off just no pants dancing.
If Seraphim did wear pants, how would she wear them?
that,
Oh, this okay. Have you seen these drawings? Weird.
I
This
have.
is not D&D.
I have.
They're
I have.
horrifying. That is nightmare fuel. The one that's wrong, because obviously one is wrong and the other is right when
Oh,
you
I
see
see.
it. Where's the
four
deer?
legs? Yeah, you start looking around, and he
Sorry.
Vannon,
also-
you can't just call her the deer.
Sorry.
She's the deer lady.
You didn't let me finish exactly. My dear,
My dear.
sweet,
yeah,
lovely
it's-
companion.
That's how you
I'll
get
s-
around that. I figured that one out
Right,
last time.
that's definitely Seraphim.
Oh,
God,
First
Vannon,
tip
you
it.
can't just ask people why they're deer.
you see the bottle. He kind of spins around, taking in all of you, and then the like space, trying to see if he can figure it out. And you see he puts hot breath to the glass, and uses his little scary finger to like. And he writes
backwards.
out. Yeah, it's backwards.
And he writes out, I have no idea what. I don't know what that is.
It's backwards. You know what? You can
Read
roll
the
an
mirror.
intelligence check to see if you can read it backwards.
Fuck! I have 0 in intelligence.
You can roll an intelligence check.
This
Oh,
is
God.
how we play D&D.
God, I have wisdom, not intelligence. Fuck. Okay, hold up.
Where is my roll to
Why won't it let me roll? God damn.
Maybe roll 20's being weird. You might need a refresh. Okay.
Ow.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Wanted it to be
Wait.
poo.
Clearly, you
we
have
go.
read. Okay.
Yeah.
You have
But I
all, at one point or another in your life, spelled a message out to somebody in traffic. Because you can read this backwards. The both of you, but it's really tiny. You have to get the bottle kind of super duper close. And as he finishes it, There are 2 words. The second word is very easy. Road. The first one takes a moment because it's a name. And when you finally, maybe one of you scrawl it into the dirt, or you use your Sherlock mind at a 23 to like flip it around in your brain. But you're able to recognize it says Nelfheim Road. She has taken the
Meow.
Thank you so much, Dust.
Meowfin, what's that mean?
It means that she took the road.
Nelfheim. You had to switch it around. Yeah, that to go the other way.
That makes way more sense. Nelfheim. I've heard that before. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I don't think there's any way for us to get there, but at least we know that she's made it to the Shadow Realm.
Yes. Is this? Are we on the Nelfheim Road? Is this what this is?
Am I the only one who's been here before?
Yes.
Can I roll to figure out where we are?
Yeah, absolutely. A survival
Is that a
check
character?
would work. A nature check would work. In this case, because you have a little bit of a history here, I would say you can make it with advantage if you wanted to.
Survival. Hey, it's 22.
And not just that, a nat 20. And a
Oh, so it
17.
is a nat 20.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So a nat 20. Okay, yeah. When he spells out Nelfheim Road and you finally figure out what he wrote backwards, you're like, oh, right. The Nelfheim Road is a very dangerous road. You were told back in Zobeck, remember, that 2 roads would meet, right? The river of Zobeck being one and the Nelfheim Road being the other. The Nelfheim Road ends at the bottom of a staircase that is supposed to lead to the courts of the Shadow Fae. It is no simple task to go through Nelfheim Road. Some people don't ever make it. The forest
One does not
consumes
simply
them.
wander into Nelfheim Road. Got it.
Correct. Right. Well, you can wander the road and you don't wander into the courts. It's almost its own defense mechanism for being able to find the courts.
Nelfheim Road. Nelfheim Road. That's an
Nelfheim Road.
incredibly dangerous road.
Oh.
Are we near it?
Yeah, I suppose.
You can assume that you might be standing on it.
Well,
I
Now
think
Dust.
we're already there, actually.
now, Dust. It was a remarkably unhelpful question for you to tell us where we were.
I think that might mean that she's somewhere on this road, though.
Oh,
Hmm.
but not with. Oh.
Passive perception? Who has good passive perception? Actually, you rolled a
15.
22 survival. 15. Okay.
I think
You
mine's
will say,
mine,
well,
yeah.
this is the road, and she was this, and you
Because
begin
they're the
looking
same.
around, and you see it. 2 things. Deer hooves. Little
Less.
hooves.
They could be satyr hooves. Who knows?
They could be. They could be tiny minotaur hooves for all you know.
Yeah, who knows? Child
I
minotaur.
want a tiny. Doesn't matter.
And you see another set of paw print, even smaller and lighter because they just barely leave a print in the dust of the Nelfheim Road.
Did
Cheddar?
come with us?
You question whether or not is it a mouse? It is a rodent of some kind, though.
Okay.
You know, Cheddar was a bit rotund, so you know he's gonna put down a print that's a little heavier than your average rodent. This is a
Amazing.
this, you know, Cheddar, he stayed back in Zobeck. This
That's probably good.
is something else. What you're not exactly sure, but it seems that Seraphim might have already started down the trail following whatever tiny critter this was. You do know she talks to tiny critters on the occasion.
Okay.
Well, there are
I
these tracks here.
do feel better knowing that she's got one of her friends with her, but shall we just follow and try
Are
to
you
catch up?
telling
I
me
thought
that she got
we were her
distracted
friends.
by a tiny animal again?
I know it's hard to imagine.
This
Yes.
is the 8th time in the last week.
Yes, and that leaves it twice for one of the days. For those of us doing the math. And it
3
could have
if you
been
count
today.
that ambassador and setting his house on fire. He was a small little rodent, wasn't he?
I think if we start counting that, though, suddenly the number's going to balloon very quickly.
That is so incredibly insensitive to say about kobolds.
If you said it.
Vannon.
Oh,
You
no,
were the
I
one
meant...
who said it. They were rodents.
I did. We
The
should follow the
ambassador.
tracks
We should
down.
do that.
I feel like we need to find Seraphim before I
Yes.
both feet in my mouth.
It doesn't take you, you kind of begin following the footprints, and eventually it actually cuts off the side of the road. But at that 22 survival, and we got a 17 from Theoden as well. There are ruins, like building ruins, that you begin to notice, like off the embankment, sitting inside of all of this underbrush and this rubble of something past. It seems so familiar, Theoden, that you can't quite place your finger on it, but with the 22, you're rather attuned at the moment to this place. And being from here, Lark, you're going to know that the Shadow Realm is kind of a reflection. It touches every other realm of Midgard. It's like a little connector piece. And it mirrors or manifests things in the exact same way. So if there is a shadow here, there's a shadow in Midgard.
Got it.
Right?
The
other
Shadow
side.
Realm is the taint between the two.
Yes, yeah. Boom! Just
Yes.
like that. Put that on marketing. And so...
The Shadow Realm. The taint between the realms.
Taint
Well,
the
okay.
material plane.
Dimension.
We got a real blockbuster marketing campaign for you.
yeah, right? This is...
I put taint dimension across my chest.
A planar
Not only
fun
is
bridge.
it not only is it about the campaign, it also applies to me.
Hey! But you would know that you just came through Midgard. So when you walked through the other side of the mirror, basically, this is like the dark version of Zobeck. You just left the city of Zobeck, and you start to see these kind of crumbled pieces of what Zobeck is technically, because it is in existence, but here it is the darkened versions of itself. It is the forgotten place, and these pieces of rubble tend to make a lot of really great hiding places, and you lose her track somewhere amidst the rubble that starts to kind of grow in size.
Well, what do you all think? Is it worth going in and trying to follow to re-find her trail? Or should we trust that she'll meet us at the court?
Does anyone have locate person?
I don't think I know of that, but let me see if I do.
If we can find a relative of Seraphim, I can locate her. But otherwise, unfortunately, not.
No, I
Wait,
can't.
do I have it? Wait a minute.
Oh
Wait
my
a
god, I
minute.
hope so.
I would laugh so hard. I don't think I do, though. It would be so good if I did.
So good.
I do not.
Okay. Without a blood relative, I'm not able to locate her.
I don't want to leave her off the beaten path or anywhere in here alone. You two have not been to the Shadow Realm. This place has a way of getting to you.
And almost like it manifests from just your words alone. The shadows here from the bending of rubble and things like that. Something swirls up out of the darkness. It's quite a ways out from you. You don't even know that it's seen you yet. But you begin to realize that you're not quite as alone as you think you are. That there's something about the Shadow Realm. And of course, again, you would know this. It seems to be rather active. That this place is a decrepit, kind of darkened version of what is, like I said, on the other side. And creatures begin to kind of make themselves known, not realizing the three of you are there yet.
Oh, there's something up ahead.
Indeed.
Lark, you see two ghouls. You would know ghouls frequent the land of the Shadow Realm. They crawl it like any other animal or beast.
Filthy scavengers. I'm gonna cast something at them before we
Yeah!
started on this. I'm just gonna
get you a
let's
ghoul!
let's see. Hold up. Let me see what I can do.
Atta ghoul.
sucker for puns, y'all. I'm such a sucker for them.
Sweet.
I really am.
I am going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Yes.
So, okay, this is a silly question. Eldritch Blast 2 beams. Do I roll twice, right?
Correct. Yeah, it's like you get 2 of them.
Let's see.
Whoa.
Okay, first one's a 15, second one's a 26.
Well, these ghouls don't wear any armor. Let me I can show it to all of you. Boop, show to everyone. There they are.
Oh.
Definitely emaciated. They have a grayed skin. They're still flesh. They're not.
I
they're not,
resent you for
undead.
having this picture of me in the morning. I really, really
This is
do.
me on my 5-day cleanse. Yeah, kind of sunken eyes, white over. They are undead, but this is not like anything if you've never been to the Shadow Realm, you may never have seen anything like this before. But both of those do hit. Their natural armor is relatively low because they aren't wearing any. Just the
Let's
tattered
see.
rags of the lives before.
I think these also do something else that is not coming through on this.
Force?
So that's 9 and 10. But I believe I have, hold on, a new invocation.
Ooh.
Oh.
Because I switched one when I leveled up.
Okay.
Let's see. So instead of hitting... Oh, yeah, it's not adding my charisma modifier. And also...
I think it is. I think you rolled a
Is it?
5 and a
5 plus
6.
4 and a 6 and a 4. Yeah.
How can you tell? Oh, that's easy. Cool, it did add it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I corrected it to add it manually.
That's right.
and-
We did
yeah.
that last time. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
So that's fine.
do you want
And
to
I thought
stack this on one ghoul, or there are 2 of
No,
them?
I want them. I want to blast both of them.
This is a radius, right? Eldritch Blast has a radius. So you basically lash out this beam of light, the brightest thing that you have seen.
Oh, it's not light. It's
since
shadow.
landing. Oh, yours is all shadowy. So then it does cut across
Shadow
the
with
darkness.
wisps of black ribbons coming off of
Love
it
it.
because all my spells do that now.
When you hit them, which you definitely do, both of them, they seem to be huddled over something, and they're like gnarling at something, completely unaware.
Seraphim.
They're having venison tonight. No, I would never do that. You basically smash both of them in the back with this shadowy blast, eldritch blast. They wail into the darkness. You hear them like, ah! As you see, they do hold up the leg of something. It is not venison.
Okay.
Good.
Disgusting creatures.
Yeah, they do turn, and you see their eyes are milky white. You're not sure if that means they're blind or they just simply lack the sight of this world because they are some kind of undead.
Ghouls here are like cockroaches or politicians. They're
Now-
ever present, always disgusting.
They're quite far, and they're gonna have to kind of sort through the rubble that is on either side of you, right? Because it's kind of like a maze. You've got like waist high to knee high walls, right? Stone walls and wooden walls left of Zobeck. But they start coming at you. One of them is gonna. They can't really do anything but take action. So
Yeah.
they're gonna roll initiative because you did in. Okay, they didn't
And
roll
then
so
I will
great.
as
Anybody else that would like to join the combat? Yeah, doing better than they are.
Let me see. I'm already in the combat. Roll the initiative. Ooh!
How far away are they?
Right.
They're quite far.
Ooh,
I'm gonna say they're probably
spicy.
60 or 70 feet out. They turn and they're coming closer to you, so you don't necessarily have to. They are going to charge you. So the good news is Lark does go first, and Lark, that was a surprise round, if it means anything. Followed by, it looks like Vannon and.
Uh-huh.
All right, so I'm just making my list
All
here.
right.
And then Theoden, and then these poor ghouls, which clearly are about to have their worlds rot.
I think we all know what I'm gonna do.
No, tell me.
Eldritch
I have no
Blast.
idea.
Eldritch Blast.
You said
15
it.
and a 17.
Those will hit.
Okay, first one takes 7 additional damage. Second one takes 8.
Okay, so again,
Eat my beam.
yeah. Now I will say, if you have dealt with undead in the past, they do seem to be a smidge hardier than the average undead.
Oh no.
So you're not sure why? Maybe it's this
Rose.
place. Like it's the atmosphere that seems good for them or
It's
whatever.
the vibes.
Yeah, it's the vibes. Their
the
vibes. It's bad vibes of the
Their
Shadow
vibes
Realm.
check out.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
they
their
love it.
vibes match. Yeah. So, cool. That turn will now pass over to Fannin. They are like, they're running. They're like jumping pieces of stuff. They're bolting straight for you. About
They are
60 feet
coming
out.
for us. Great. I am going to. Where is it? I'm going to use my channel divinity, but I'm not going to turn them because that's boring. So I'm going to invoke duplicity.
Okay.
So I create a perfect illusion of myself that lasts for 1 minute or until I lose my concentration. And it's actually gonna start right next to me.
Okay. Great.
And for you to, okay, and then that's sort of all that matters at this particular moment. Other things will happen when they get to us, but for right now, we good.
Okay.
And I think that's it, because that was my action. So yeah, I just see them coming, grab my amulet of Sarastra, and sort of close my eyes, and there's a little swirl of shadow around me, and then suddenly there are two of me.
Nice.
Something about this place, when you grab your amulet, is there's a palpableness to the drawing of the energy, of the magical essence that you draw from. Here, it's almost as if you are standing on just the other side of a door versus the other side of the house from the thing. You're so much closer to it.
So much closer to mommy milkers.
That's right. She's just on the other side of the door. All right.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Do they get
Well,
any
Vannon.
kind of save on that? What did you decide to do? I'm so sorry.
Me? Mm-hmm. I just invoked duplicity and created my copy so that there's two of us there.
So there's two of you. Okay. So we just see the. Does it look exactly like you, or is there like is it like
looks
the dark version?
exactly.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
And now I understand more what he got up to in Zobeck. Anyway.
Yeah, right. It looks exactly like me, except that I think the eyes are pure black.
Oh yeah, there's kind of like an emptiness, a hole. Yeah, I love that. A void, if you would.
Ooh, or actually, even better, what color are the queen's eyes?
Oh.
Do you know? Because I think that's the color that these eyes are.
Oh.
The queen's
I
color.
think it's black sclera and then whatever her color
her
iris.
It is, in my mind, I imagine her eyes are gold. She probably makes them that way for all of you, but like there's just this like empty, shiny gold, smack dab in the middle of these black, voided holes in this copy.
Yeah.
They don't know the difference. They gonna get you both. But the two of you, the rest of your party, might note this.
Right.
Yes, the queen has Betty Davis's eyes.
I saw that. There you go.
All right, cool. Yeah, and they note the like split, and you see at this point that they're charging. They're beginning to go opposite directions, as if they're gonna each attack separate people in your party. Right. That does make it Theoden's turn.
Wonderful. And they're close to one another, and they're not running towards us yet.
They are kind of running towards you now. They're starting that like process of like jumping a thing. Yeah, it's just not their turn yet, but they will be.
And question, do we have shadows in this Shadowfell?
Yes, you would have shadows.
Yeah.
Are we in a shadow?
I like where this is going.
I would say if you needed to be, absolutely. Like maybe there's like a half wall or something that's casting shadow across like the bottom half of your body. But the dim light still provides a shadow to everything because the shadow realm makes shadows out of nothing.
I will hold my action until they are within 30 feet.
Great. Great. Okay, so they are going to, what is their speed? Yeah, I would say they are both going to take their move action and cross that 30 feet. Actually, they can't do anything. So you're going to go ahead and get your turn because they're going to take a dash action and cut the whole 60 feet and be about 10 feet out from the both of you. So as soon as they cross the 30-foot mark, you can make an attack.
And they are within 60 feet.
They are.
So they would be doubling to get to us.
Yeah, they're not going to get a turn, basically. It's going to loop back to all of you. Now, if you, for whatever reason, stop them 30 feet out, because basically your Q action is what? They cross the 30-foot mark, which they're going to do on their turn, and your hold action is up. So you can take your hold action before.
I will not actually do what I was going to do. I
Okay.
will wait, and instead, I will. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to then reach down to my feet, where there is the shadow that is,
Oh, yeah.
and it looks like I'm about to, like I dip my hand into the shadow and it splashes like a black ink around the surface and seeps back into the ridges of where the shadow
Yes.
would be. And then as they cross the threshold, I take my hand back out, but as I do, I take another one of those familiar dark flutes and I start to play a dissonant note
Nice.
that inspires. That's going to inspire Lark, and
Ooh,
then
me.
you're gonna have the bardic inspiration, and
Yes.
then
How delicious.
I'm gonna start playing I'm gonna start stepping forward, probably about 10 to 20 feet, and start playing casting a aura of listlessness.
Oh.
Oh,
There's-
okay.
These dissonant notes of the Shadowfell, or
Love
Shadow
it.
I
Fae.
love that. And interesting. This is okay. This is interesting. Aura power around you.
And that'll be my turn.
Any creature must succeed on a wisdom save or be able to take action, bonus, and this is an all creature. So you're basically standing around all of them. They're
Wow.
going to first off, we see you grab this really cool flute. We hear this dissonant note ring out. It feels to me like I don't know why in my head it sounds like a really bad music box, like a really old
Yeah.
one that has become like ding, ding.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's like
Just slightly out of key.
yeah, just
Yeah, yeah.
slightly out of key, so it doesn't quite ring true. And there's a moment because you are calling upon quite a bit of shadow magic here where they might stop, but they don't because they're ghouls and they don't think like that. And maybe it's the song. Who knows? Maybe you are the Pied Piper they've been looking for, and they had that moment, and then they just keep running. They do, or because they don't know, are going to try to cross into this 20-foot radius because
Yeah,
they're
cool.
stupid. So I'm going to say they're going to make this whiz save, which y'all, poor ghouls.
I was gonna say I can't imagine.
Oh,
it's
he
their
did it!
Oh, dang.
Oh, okay.
Hosh!
Those are some wise ass ghouls.
See, that was wise. Here's the thing. I always give it to the player, so in this case, you don't have to worry about the bottom one. But this top one, he does.
Yeah.
He does. He is actually going to reach out, and you know
Wild.
what? Eugenio, call. I know that I just rolled really well on that because that was a flat 19. There was nothing to add to
This is
that.
great. Yeah, this is great.
High or low?
Low.
Low it is. All right. Let's see. Low means it doesn't attack you.
Oh, do they have actions on this round?
Oh, you're right. They don't get action.
Yeah.
So he crosses in. If he makes it, you're right. He does not have an action. They are reaching for you. One of them hits this magical shadow barrier, like running into a brick wall, basically.
Yes.
And he's like clawing at shadows. And no matter how hard his fingers rake away at the darkness, he can't quite get through.
And then 2020 happens for them, and they just can't do anything.
They
Yeah.
can't do anything.
Yeah.
Wisdom saves are unable to take actions, reaction, or bonus actions on its turn except for disengage action. Affected creatures can move, but only. Okay, great. So the one does cross into your space, but the other one does not.
Okay.
Okay, so he's too stupid to know he's gonna have to do it again next round. So
love it. Yeah.
These poor guys, these poor ghouls. Now that they are this close,
No ghouls allowed. Is what
yeah,
I said.
now that they are
That's
this
right.
close, you can
Sign.
see the scraggly bits of hair of what might have been a beard and things this close.
Oh, wow.
Roll everybody, all three of you can roll a wisdom check to see if you notice.
I mean, if they have
something.
beards, they're Shadow Fae
Wisdom, you
can grow beards, but few, right?
But few, yeah, or it's usually like really thin. It's like the little goateesies. Or whatever.
Go teasies. Oh, look at mine.
Oh, look at that 4, that 9. Okay, that 18. Unfortunately, with a 4 and a 9, these are just ghouls, and you're ready to, do what you do with ghouls.
Blast them into the next century.
Vannon, you almost immediately recognize it. Maybe it's the tattering of the clothes or something gives it away. Maybe it is the really crappy, like lined mustache. On this one guy. Like
They
you
gotta
just
go regardless,
vividly
because of that.
just because you vividly remember the little pencil line, but this ghoul, these are possibly the same assassins that were sent and killed earlier in Zobeck. That this is their ghoul.
Oh.
They were sent back
The
here.
reflection.
the reflection, right, is a dead version, an undead version of himself. This is almost like a purgatory in some kind of way because of course when you make a deal to stay in the Shadow Realm for the Queen,
You've been here before.
this is where you stay.
Wait, does that mean we have Mortal Realm counterparts even though we were just there?
Only if you have not signed anything that says you have to be here. They did. So even after death, they have to serve the Shadow Realm.
I see.
But
Cool.
you ask a very important
terrible,
question, and maybe that does cross your mind. It's like, wait a second, is there an evil double of me here somewhere?
Well, I don't know what's going on, but I'll question that after. Yeah.
That's true.
covered.
Great. And Lark, it is your turn. I would just say, Vannon, as they cross that barrier, the first one with the pencil stash, you're like, I know that crappy mustache. That was on that guy in the temple who died.
In the temple,
yeah, who
right.
came to kill the other guy. So, yeah.
Right.
All right. I do kind of want to just blast them away,
Okay. Okay.
but I also kind of
bad.
want to introduce my packed weapon.
Ooh. Okay.
So,
Which is?
well, you'll see if I introduce it.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
All
It
right.
It takes a full action, so I won't be able to do anything. But I trust y'all to kill these things.
Okay.
So,
that's
Lark,
your
That's right.
responsibility. Yeah,
I believe in you.
It's not a trust.
Okay.
Lark holds out her hand and says, "Come to me." And forming from like loose ribbons of shadow is a bright blade. It's a rapier with a basket hilt of roses. The blade itself is almost transparent, and if you look closer, it looks like it's made out of diamond.
Oh.
I will
Very sweet.
never not love a pretty sword.
Right.
Uh-huh.
No,
Nope.
especially when
Nothing
it's
else
like a
matters.
prism blade, right? Because you're saying it's.
Oh,
Yeah, except instead of reflecting light, it absorbs light.
Ooh.
yes.
So there's an aura of darkness around the blade.
A
that it
black
shines
crit
from.
diamond. Oh.
Oh, so beautiful. Anybody out there want to make some character art or fan art? Of this
or
sword?
just the sword.
We
Yeah.
are not going to stop you. All right,
We
cool.
also have a rapier. How wonderful.
Wait, I can do something else actually. Hold on.
All the same
I
person.
forgot I have meta
Yes,
magic.
we are.
A rapier. going on.
So I am going to cast Quicken Spell
Okay.
Yes,
while I have
love
this
a
in
quick spell.
my hand, and I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast again.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's not what I wanted.
Here's a sword blast.
Oh,
Okay, the
Oh,
second
God,
one's
they're gonna hit
gonna
me with the
miss.
sword. No, they're not.
the
No,
second
no,
one
no.
does miss. We'll say maybe that's the guy on the outside
Fair.
that can't quite get to you, but the one closest to you, that definitely hits if you want to roll up that damage.
And this time, instead of coming from my palm, it comes from the tip of the blade.
Ooh, I
And
did.
it's almost instead of being like a full-on blast, it's like a needle-thin beam that just
Yes.
cuts right through, almost like a water laser or something like that.
Like a
And
water
that's
pick.
Oh.
7 force damage.
Yeah.
Okay. It actually kind of catches this one off guard. You're beginning to see the chunks of body that are not staying on from all of these shadowy eldritch blasts and things. It is slowly becoming just a less stable corpse.
I just
basically.
carve out like a
Yeah.
left side chunk of
Get
his
that
torso,
sword
like
rusty right in the
like with a
middle.
scalpel, just
Yeah,
write my name in the stomach.
but it has not stopped. This first school is looking pretty bad, but it is still kind of viciously trying to attack you. Vannon, it is your turn.
All right. So I'm gonna go up to this one, and as I sort of walk very slowly, this new feeling to at least my divine magic is like has maybe gone to my head a bit. So
I'm feeling
gonna,
a contact high.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
gonna very slowly walk. Both me and my double are going to very slowly walk up to this ghoul, and as we do, you can see our again, like they did in Zobeck, but they're even longer here in the Shadow Realm. Our fingers elongate into these black, dripping claws, and both the illusion and I will attack this ghoul with our shadow claws. Obviously, the illusion's not actually attacking, but it does give me advantage if I'm making attacks within 5 feet.
Okay.
Sounds like some
So-
more fan art that needs to happen.
right? Me
So
and my
that is a-
twin just got our nails done.
You know, just a
Neat.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Shadow
so this is a
talent.
19 to hit.
That is a hit for show.
And that'll be 9 damage.
Okay, it is not
As
immune to
it
cold
just
damage.
Rips. Oh, I didn't even notice that.
No, it is not
Yes, cold.
immune. Yeah, it's cold damage, so that's very
Oh,
cool.
good.
Nice.
You see pieces of this body start to kind of freeze over as your nails. Does it like rip it, or you touch? Is it a touch spell?
I think it is. Yeah, it's a melee. So I make a melee spell attack.
Oh,
so
okay.
I think it tears into them, but I don't think it leaves visible marks. I
Right.
think it just tears at sort of.
Maybe we just see the cold, like
spiritually.
frostbite or something
Yeah.
like across the body. But the claws themselves don't rip open flesh.
Right, right,
yeah.
right.
Ooh, that's good.
And they leave those little droplets of liquid shadow behind.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And your fingers and your clone, your twin's fingers,
Yeah.
drip the blackness.
You know what would be cool? If as they drip, the droplets sort of just ripple through the surface of the shadow realm and then
Yes.
like go away.
Absorbs it, right? The shadows just
Like
just eat it
pooling
back
from a
up.
lake. Yeah.
Mhm.
Feed the lake.
Yeah.
And you would know all water in the shadow realm. Actually, you would be the only person to know this, Lark. All water in the shadow realm is actually not water. It's all shadows. There is no such thing as water in the shadow realm.
Ooh, water's imported.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're all
Really
like,
expensive Evian.
Okay. Well then, Theoden. It
Yeah?
seems like Vannon has distracted the one guy that's going to be starting his round inside of your sphere. The other one is just beating at the walls of this dissonant like bubble that you put around everybody. Because he can't get in, you know? So he probably like keeps coming and he's like, oh, I can't do that. And he's like, ugh.
The concentration spell, do I have to keep casting it, or could I
You do not. It is
swap
cast.
to a okay
You can cast any other non-concentration spell.
non-concentration?
If you cast another concentration, you give up the other one that you've got going. If you are hit while concentrating, you will have to roll to maintain concentration.
This one is not concentration. Okay. I will. I think I'm going to then take out the feather quill from behind my ear and reach into my robes and to a piece of paper and write something down on the piece of paper, and I'm going to show it to the one that isn't in the aura yet, the one that doesn't seem to be affected, and I'm going to show it to them, and I'm going to cast hypnotic missive.
yes.
For a second,
poor
I thought
guy.
this was exploding runes from like 3rd edition.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god.
And
What is actually written is unimportant, though I do desperately want to know what you actually put on this piece of paper.
I think it's a smiley face.
Yes.
Can it be a smiley face but with your horns on it?
Yeah, a smiley face
Protect
with the
Theoden
spiral
at
horns.
all costs.
That's
just
too good. I
There
love
you
that. I
go.
love that the spell actually says what is actually written is unimportant. Okay. Convincing the creature that there is some importance to the message that must be discovered. Must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be compelled to continue
This
reading
is
and reading.
perfect.
Oh, this is so sad. All right, let me hit up this.
Uh-huh.
Let me hit up this mad ghoul for a wisdom check. Y'all.
This is fantastic.
This is basically you showing a child like a somewhat decent smiley face drawing, or like the S on one of those notebooks from we all did them. The
Yeah,
super
right.
S.
Yeah, the
And you're
super
like,
S.
How do you do that? All right, here we go.
6 lines, and then they connect.
He
Yeah.
fails.
Yeah, that's
he
better.
Fails. So no
Wonderful.
longer is he attempting to break into the dome. Now he is shadowy hands on this barrier, like looking in through a dome of some kind.
Take it. I don't even want it. Yeah, take it. It's yours.
You have to put your hand out of the barrier and you do, and it snatches. It like snatches it from you. And
There
it's,
you go.
it's-
Yeah.
and it's like on the ground. And it's like looking at it, and you can see it begins to try to draw smiley faces, like it's trying to replicate, and it can't do it. And it rakes it clean on the dirt, and it tries to draw the smiley face again. It messes up the horns every time. They're never even or curly enough, or it seems rather distracted and enamored.
I reach into my robes, and I pivot on the balls of my feet, and I draw my rapier and point it at the one that's in here, and that's the end of my turn.
Great.
Yes.
Okay, a creature.
We
under
love
the
a
influence
flourish.
can make a saving throw against the effects. Oh, this poor guy. He's just not smart enough to not sit here and draw smiley faces in the dirt.
I think at this point we could genuinely finish the one inside off and then just like wander off.
Yeah, I think you could
Just
just
leave.
leave. Actually, you absolutely could, if you wanted to.
It's just trying to draw. We walk back later after the campaign, and there's this entire like 50-foot stretch of little faces trying to be replicated.
It is the new graffiti of the Shadow Realm. He's gonna start tagging everything. Y'all have created the Banksy of the Shadow Realm. Okay,
Left your mark.
That's it.
So, okay, you turn. That does make it the ghoul inside's turn. He has to make a wisdom save. Okay, he makes it. Praise be. He is going to reach out because I did roll a 13, which was low. So good news, you called high. That means it's going to attack your clone.
Oh, great. Okay.
Not you, because it doesn't know the difference. So it reaches out with a set of claws as if it's going to grab it by the shoulder, and then it opens its mouth. Its jaw almost gapes wider than it should. It kind of dislocates from a natural place, and it goes to like bite its neck like it's going to eat flesh.
Oh no.
I don't know that it can even do that, for the record.
No, it's not there.
But
It
it's
has
going
no physical form, so
Right, it
I
like
know they're not the smartest things.
Yeah,
but
so
it would go right through it.
Its jaw drops open and it reaches to go through it. I'm actually gonna do this. Is interesting here.
Bloody hand from Ocarina of Time.
Okay,
vibes.
it does keep its balance, right? So it doesn't like stumble through, but it and it kind of like bites empty air as you hear its teeth snap close, knowing that could have been your neck.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, that's its turn. Ghoul 2 is drawing smiley faces in the dirt, and I like the idea
has
that
enrolled
this...
in the Savannah College of Art and Design.
Yes, it is now a SCAD student. I'm just gonna let
Well, probably looks about the same considering the sleepless nights. Yeah.
Actually, creativity deserves a reward. Thanks, chat. Another
Oh,
$25.
thanks, Dad.
Hey.
For our
Thank
creative
you.
ghoul. I am thinking I'm gonna call this one Banksy. You see, it's given up on like drawing. It's still holding this
Banksy.
so dearly. This
Ranksy.
smiley face. Yes, Ranksy.
Ranksy, you monster! Get out!
I need to rescue this ghoul now. It's
I know!
now. Now I need to fucking save it.
It's now like, oh, it's starting to drag like stone. You see, it takes like a rock and then another rock, and it starts like stacking rocks in the dirt. It's trying to like replicate as best it
Bannon,
can.
can you save this thing and put it to rest?
Poor
Yeah,
guy. Oh, Ranksy.
Cool. I'm gonna absolutely
I'm
ruin
imagining
the other
like
one.
a gorilla
Right.
figuring out a puzzle, you know? It's like
That's exactly. It's
just,
like, ooh, no.
like
And then
crouching
it gets
just
really
trying
angry,
to,
you know, because
Yeah,
it
frustrated.
doesn't have
Throws things.
frustrated, and it's just, and then it tosses the rocks. But it is completely 100% not at all interested in
Amazing.
all of you at the moment. Now, Lark, it is in fact your turn.
I am going to flourish Leviton because that's the name,
Yes,
Ooh.
Leviton.
and pierce through the thing's gullet.
Yes. You
Oh,
might.
but wait, shit. Sorry, I did this in out of order. I'm going to first Hexblade curse it.
Great.
So a
Okay.
swirl of dark energy is going to just collect at its stomach, and I'm going to aim for the point of it.
Ooh.
And that gives me
Played
bonus size.
Yeah, give me the bonus.
so
Um,
much.
Okay, I forgot to add this to my character sheet. So it's a D6 plus my proficiency bonus plus that again
Your proficiency bonus is 2?
because of improved pack weapon.
Right, okay.
Or because of, plus 1. So 10 damage.
Nice.
Okay. Make your attack with the... so immediate 10 damage is what you're saying.
Oh shit, I forgot to... I DM things.
Yeah.
Just ignore that. I'll do this
You gotta
properly.
roll
those
the
are like-
roll. You gotta roll. But...
Where's my dexterity?
X-Blades are very good, not that good.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay,
so
that
that's-
hits.
Yeah.
So now roll
Yeah,
the-
yes, great,
the
okay.
actual damage of the sword, and then I think you get
That's a
the
crit,
additional.
actually.
Oh,
That's a crit.
shit. You're right, 'cause it's a
19,
I
19.
crit on
20.
19. Yeah. So
right, okay.
that's 2d6 now.
My.
A 4. Oh my god. 4 plus
Your dexterity.
11.
11.
But you still get your 2d8s because it's rapier too, right? Just the basic
I thought it
damage
was a
of the rapier.
d6.
I think rapier's 2d6, and then you're getting the bonus
I
from
will take a
earlier
look.
plus your dex. Here, let's. You know what? I can do
D8
this.
plus 3.
It's D8 plus 3. Oh, God.
No, D8 plus 3 is mine. Sorry. D8.
Well,
Right,
it would
yeah,
be
so
D8
2d8s
plus
for
2.
you.
Sorry, I'm an airhead.
You're good.
No, it's all right.
Hey,
Okay, that's
so-
a lot nicer.
11 plus
Nice.
6 plus 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
17
How
damage.
would you
There it
like
is.
to slay this ghoul?
So Leviton glows, but on the inverse with like this aura of dark energy that the blade shines in the middle of.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at this creature with my mark on it and go, "Oh, such a shame you're going to fall to pieces." And just slice off the arms, slice off the other arm, slice off the legs, and then shove my blade through the mouth in a downward strike.
Yes.
And it goes like, ow,
And
it
then
goes
wipe
limp.
shadowy droplets by like whipping the sword off.
And before they even hit the ground, it's like ink and water, right? And it quickly searches for the nearest shadow as it returns to the cycle.
Sweet.
Yeah, there's no blood left behind. The three of you stand there witnessing. You know what? No. I'm about to. I gotta know.
Poor thing.
I gotta know.
I will then put my rapier away, I guess.
Yeah. Like, well, it's not attacking you.
We could always make them kiss.
The spell.
The rapier? The rapiers?
The rapiers, yes.
Okay.
You didn't think I was
Y'all,
implying
the
we should.
duration is 2 weeks. This ghoul has long.
What?
The
Yeah.
duration of the
Yeah.
spell is 14 days.
What?
It has absconded with your drawing.
Worth it.
And is gone.
Worth it.
When-
Probably the
Oh my God,
most broken spell.
amazing.
Maybe you
Probably
do
the closest
hurt.
it's felt to being a person in a long time.
Yeah, well,
Maybe that you have no idea, but you definitely maybe you turn with a weapon to deal with this other poor ghoul, but it is long gone. Yeah, Ranksy is out there somewhere.
Ranksy!
Ranksy's out there somewhere
Oh,
putting
Ranksy.
smiley faces on everything in the Shadow Realm.
Wonderful use of negative
Oh.
space.
But welcome in. Thank you so much. Welcome in, Raiders. Thanks for joining us.
welcome, Raiders.
Welcome
We
in,
are-
welcome in.
We are graffitiing the Shadow Realm because
I don't know what
because we
that
can. Because we can.
Legend has it that this started a cult of Ranksy,
Ranks.
The cult of
spreading
Ranksy.
light and joy throughout
The
the,
ghoul
Shadow
feety
Realm.
artist. Ranks.
The ghoul
In the
feeding-
equivalent
oh, I
of a
have to
teenage
go.
rebellion.
I can't. I got
Sorry. Too easy.
I'm so here for this.
This is awesome.
Let me just say that. Well done. And as things begin to settle,
And your
you
left.
stand in the middle of the you like stand in the middle of this labyrinth, this kind of natural labyrinth of what's left of the ruins here. And there's kind of an eerie quiet that falls over the space. There are no ghouls munching on some kind of flesh or creature. If you want to check out what the ghouls were munching on, you're welcome to. Actually, I would say it left it behind, at least a piece of it. I would say the Ranksy has found a new calling, so no longer is eating flesh of import. So it dropped the thing it was eating to collect its muse.
It's just not going to eat for 2 weeks.
It's just not gonna. It's basically gonna die.
Yeah, right.
But you can see it dropped a rather fuzzy arm of probably some kind of bear folk, no doubt.
Honey!
Yeah,
Honey?
no,
No.
not honey.
No.
This is a lot. The fur is a lot darker than honey's honeydew type fur.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you,
As long
thank
as it's
you,
not
Elsie.
honey.
Yeah, it's not. It is not
Be
honey.
any other bear.
Wait,
Yeah,
honeydew
right.
fur? Her fur was green?
Yes, she was a green bear. But yes, you can see that this is
I
it's like a
love
dark
it.
fur, and
That sounds like something sold at a dispensary.
Yes. You would know, Lark, you would be the one to know that bear folk are often used in hunting parties. They're like good trackers. They mitigate the forest.
Oh,
or-
used as hunting part of hunting parties, not the hunted.
No, they are
You're
not
right.
the hunted.
Oh.
It looks like maybe a hunting party came through here, more than likely, and they may have lost one, maybe two of their members. You're not entirely sure, but it's not unheard of to find ghouls munching on some of the shadow fae and their compatriots, like the bear folk, who keep these lands clean
Yes.
and away from the courts.
Right.
Now that being said,
Uh,
yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, does anybody want to do anything before some big business happens?
Well, the only other thing that might be relevant, although now that we've had a little scuffle here, it might not be possible, but if there's any hope of refinding Seraphim's tracks.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will take, now that things have cleared, I will take one more perception or survival check for those of you wanting to try to find her little paw prints again. Or her little hoofs prints. It will need to be a very high roll.
Oh my god.
Sure.
It's so bad. Oh my god, that's terrible.
All right, fair enough.
Fair enough.
And what did we get?
Fair enough.
Perfect.
Nat 1 making a 3 and a 10. Would you like to try
we're just
Thanet?
going to have to...
Oh, it is a nat 1. Oh no.
Sure.
You had the 2. Okay, a 22. That's a pretty high roll. You begin kind of looking about. You, in fact, do pick up the trail.
There it is.
It seems that she has left the path following these same teeny little footprints, and they have gone off and into the woods, cutting through the bramble brush and the trees.
There they go. They went right into the woods, right off the path. Sure, if we want to follow the path, or do we want to stay on the road?
I worry for Seraphim's safety if we do not.
I did until we passed through. I mean, she clearly made it past the ghouls without any trouble.
Yes.
Surely you're not suggesting that we abandon our friends.
Oh, no. I feel a lot better knowing that she seems to, be able to make it through the treacherous terrain. But no, I absolutely agree that we should continue to follow her.
Go off the road then. Yes?
Against my better judgment, yeah.
Also against my better judgment, at least. So that we had two ghouls on the road. Who's to say what's going to be off of it? I'm just... we can go to the forest. I just am nervous.
Well, I believe that Seraphim will make it, but I agree with Lark that I don't know that I feel entirely good about not following her path.
Oh,
though
good.
It's clearly
you see
a dangerous
reason
one.
then.
Lark, is there something that we should discuss?
The fact that you need to have a logical debate with yourself whether we should go after our friend in the Shadow Realm that I have been to that you haven't? Yes, perhaps we should have a discussion. You don't know anything of the dangers of this place, do you?
Venom was about to say something very smart, and then the reminder that he has not been here before came. And he stopped himself. And he just says... he bows a little to you, Lark, and says, based on our brief time here thus far, study and memorization clearly are no match for raw experience. I was expecting much of the Shadow Realm to be like that of the court, which is where my knowledge lies. But you are correct. Your experience here is worth much more, even had I studied the ways of the Shadow Realms. Your experience here is worth more than anything a book could have taught me. And I apologize.
Your apology is accepted. I will remind you that the Shadow Realm is not merely the courts. It is as expansive as the realms it shares and touches upon. Therefore, there's no way you could have studied all of it and know what to expect. Nor could I, even living here.
Does anybody feel, how do they feel about their shadows? Anybody tied to your shadows? Emotionally?
Oh,
So I have an idea.
'tis but a tool, Theoden.
What exactly are you going to do?
Well, we could follow the path. Or I could ask our shadows to do it.
Oh.
Keep her safe. We could be in two places at once.
Ah.
Have them meet up and...
Please do. They'd probably cover more ground here, being innate to it.
Yes. Very well. So, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your tiff there. I was just... And he takes out he goes and grabs a... I think he may break off maybe a shadow, the horn of the shadow, of his own shadow, and uses that as a flute to summon all of the shadows nearby.
That was impressive.
Yeah,
Steffi and I were both like, wait.
And a new broken dissonant sound from the flute rings through again. I guess probably while this discussion's happening. And then I think if you're still talking or if you're watching, the shadows from each of you probably just take a step or break off of each of you and then start to meander and over towards him to listen to him. And he whispers to them, well, we must find a friend, Seraphine. She is, and he explains who she is, where she may have gone down this path. Tell her to meet us at the courts. I assume you all know where that may be. If not, well, you will find us, because we are your match. Very well. And tries to pat them each, just pats the ground as they all walk off.
And all three of them, they like levitate because of course they have no feet.
Four of them, right? Don't
four.
we still have the?
Oh,
still have the copy of.
Yeah,
of
you're
that?
right. Yeah, the copy.
Yes, sweet.
Oh.
So there are four of them, and these just like I imagine it looks just like Peter Pan, like pulling the shadow apart. And they start through the forest, and you can see they almost dodge from tree shadow to tree shadow, from brush to brush, riding the shadows like a wave through the forest until the figures of yourselves disappear.
Right.
And standing in this moment, you hear the dissonant sounds maybe a mile off of barking, hounds chasing something. You don't know what, but out there hunting. It's a pretty normal sound for those who have maybe walked here before. If not, if you've never seen the hounds, the bark tells you they are not small, and that there is a viciousness to their existence and their purpose here. But instead, so I would say the only person that could make this roll is going to be our... because, you would be like casting and sending out shadows and stuff, right? But from our other two, what is your passive perception? Is it above a 12?
Mine is a 12.
It is a 12.
Mine's a 15, yeah.
Okay, perfect. There is scuttering from under the bramble bush nearby, like feet, proper 2 feet. You hear the like, and this kind of like weird like type laugh from nearby.
The gremlin from Jabba's palace.
Yes, he's escaped.
What's he doing here?
I would think in this case it's probably only Vannon that actually sees it. Through the bramble, you see just the tiniest tuft of like, I imagine it looks like really bad green chlorined hair. I don't know why. It's like almost blonde, but it's got like that greenish like tinge to it. Of not
the 90s.
being right. Oh, the 90s.
The now.
This is not purposefully green. It's just wrong with time.
Is it ever?
Right? Yeah. And you can see just the tuft as it like, and it kind of goes under some bramble brush. But you very clearly see it. And then this small being, it is not a beast or a creature. It seems, I hate to say humanoid, it is only about 2.5 feet tall. It wears extravagant clothing. Yes. He wears extravagant clothing. Like,
to it.
Poofs around his hands, which you cannot see. His buckle is actually what gives him away. It like shines. And as he cackles, he is running like a little elf, like a Keebler elf, down and like through the bramble. Yes, that you've stumbled upon Fraggle Rock, says Chet.
Oh my god, yes, Fraggle Rock. I'll point it out because now I know better than to make too many assumptions. So I'll try and point it out so that the other two can see it and see if anyone knows what it is.
Goodbye. Oh, What?
Oh,
What happened?
Yes.
What did you see?
Here's the thing: anybody could make this roll if they are from Midgard, which all of you are. So
Oh, okay,
I would
great.
take a history. You could make a history
Uh-huh.
check. You could make
Sure.
I'm gonna actually. His name is now. I got his name now. Thanks, chat.
Amazing.
That's a perfect name for this creature or for this.
I
deck.
cannot wait.
Yeah, you could make a history check. You could make a. I actually could take religion on this. I could take religion on this.
Well, all right, that feels right.
Well, yeah, all right.
Only because yes. Okay.
Yes.
You're like, what is this? It's almost a gnome, but it is not like rosy cheeked and kind of cute in any way. His skin is kind of
I know what it is now.
darkened and grayed and almost blue around the edges. The forehead is like bulbous, and he's got these eyebrows that like sit in a real straight line. In my head, he's got kind of like chops that feed into another green, kind of bleached green beard. Yeah, he's kind of he's handsome in his own rightful way, but you don't know what it
Sure.
is. Vannon. You know, immediately, like, thinking through that you know what gives it away? It's not his cackling or the beautiful gold buckles on his shoes. Something peeks out from beneath his trousers. A tentacle. It kind of drags the ground, and
Little
you see it.
red dot.
It's a tentacle, and you see
know
it,
what you're doing.
It reaches out and it like loops around a very shiny black fruit that gets plucked from a tree as it keeps running, as if the tentacle has a little bit of a mind of its own, and it catches him, and he as it like pulls at the fruit, and it doesn't quite come free. And you know immediately it's the tentacle that gives it away. That this is what's known as a darrow.
Isn't it always?
Yeah, it's always the tentacle.
It's got a moment of its own. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like from down, not the front of his trousers, but the back of his trousers. Sorry.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Like a
Changes the
tail
game.
is kind of
Like a tail, right?
unless like an additional pin. You know what I mean? Anyways,
Now I do.
yeah, now you do. These are called darrow. Since you are religious man, you would know pretty much immediately that the darrow are they are a race of creatures that believe in the uncaring gods. They have been forgotten about a little bit. They oftentimes hide in the dark, and accepting the uncaring gods and their place in the darkness has left them a little crazy. They cray, all of them. And sometimes that craziness or the obscurity of their existence manifests in physical, deformities. Right? The tentacle being one. In this case, you've heard a tale that some darrow have rubber skin that makes them harder to kill. Like their skin becomes like
Whatever you say to them bounces off of them.
bounces off of them right
It
back
ends
at
up
you.
sticking to you.
Yeah.
But basically,
So what I'm hearing is bouncy tentacles.
Yep.
This stream
That's what-
sponsored by Bad Dragon. You can find Bad Dragon products at.
So, but you can see he gets caught because the tentacle couldn't not reach out for the beautiful piece of black fruit that hangs from one of these trees, and he kind of gets caught, and he as the fruit plucks free, the tentacle like plops to the ground, and you see it kind of jerks him backwards, and he falls prone.
Amazing.
What is that?
I mean, amazing.
I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Did you see that?
Are they?
They seem, it's almost like you caught them getting out of the shower. They realized that you saw, they thought they were being real
Okay.
sneaky.
Okay.
And the tentacle like tripped them up. It's like slipping on the banana peel, right? And it turns, and he's like in the road prone. There's a tentacle now like reaching for the fruit that was dropped in the like fall, the tumble. It slaps the tentacle to stop it from like getting the fruit, and it kind of looks with wary eyes down the path at you.
Mage hand.
Okay. What are you grabbing?
Wait, at what?
Yeah, I was gonna say, at what? What are you grabbing?
The fruit.
Okay, great. From the tentacle, like you want to beat the tentacle to it?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just
You wanna what?
We'll have a dex off.
What with the who?
Well, the tentacle only rolled a 6.
Well,
Wait, what did you want me to roll?
A mage hand is where you sit on your hand and then you read the spell book.
Dexterity. You're basically okay.
Yeah, I win.
Yeah. You do. He's kind of slapping at the tentacle, which distracts it, and the mage hand
I'm
reaches
very
out
good
and
with my hands, Dot.
snaps up this beautiful, shiny. It's like this piece of fruit is made of black vinyl latex. That's how I imagine it in my head. It is like jet black, shiny, well taken care of latex. You know what I mean? Like it's like been cared for. But it's real shiny, and it's almost the size.
I
of
feel
an
like I
apple.
should take out my ghostly Pokedex and ask it what it is. I'm just kidding. Can I roll to see what it is?
Yeah, yeah. This would definitely be in nature if you want to know what it actually is.
Oh, where is Seraphim when you need her? Oh, not
no,
bad.
right?
Not so bad.
Hey,
You're
okay.
from. I'll even give you like in this case I would have given you advantage. You're from here. Because this is some kind of reflection of what's above. There of course are fruits and food and all kinds of things that can be foraged and scavenged for. But extensive people not from the Shadow Realm attempt to eat this food can do all kinds of things. It can poison their minds. It can leave them very ill. Some people just find that it alters their presence, like their happiness, and those kinds of things. It has varying effects on people depending on like how much you eat and those kinds of things. But yeah. Yeah. Often most people here will find it tastes bland. The beautiful richness of like berries and fruit and the juiciness, none of that exists here. It's like biting into a piece of balsa wood.
This white man. Anyway.
Yeah. It's like biting it's like biting into a piece of balsa wood, right? It kind of splinters and it's dry.
Ugh.
It's like it's not at all a fruit.
Gross.
Terrible. And it looks great.
Yeah.
Just like most things here.
I imagine it looks
Hello.
like balsa wood as well when you bite into it.
Yeah, it's like the inside is just like hollow,
Splinters
and
and-
splintered, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Tell me,
This-
little one, is this something you want?
He kind of stands up. He's got that crazy look in his eye, right? Like one eye is definitely bigger than the other one. And he kind of like glares at you. Down the road, he's probably 30 feet or so off, and he gets up and he dusts his really nice clothes off. Like he's wearing like swanky trousers and like a
Good in my book.
floofy floof top, and he's got the whole thing and a vest and a bow tie, and he looks so dapper. His hat has been knocked off of his head. He snatches his hat up and he shakes it out, and as he does it, like boinks into this kind of tall top hat type thing, and he puts it on top of his tiny little head. And in
Before we get to that, I need to point out that Fast Insider has said that the fruit is just like a Red Delicious apple. So do Red Delicious apples taste good in the Shadow Realm?
Oh my god, yes.
Because those things are
They
fucking
are
terrible.
crispy
Nasty.
and juicy
And not grainy.
not like eating sand. I love that we all have such strong
we
opinions.
have strong
I-
apple feelings on this show.
Like red delicious apples?
I like
They're not
green delicious
amazing.
apples.
Oh,
I
yeah,
prefer
those
my
They're rancid, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm with you.
He simply gets up, and you can hear him muttering under his breath.
They do taste like chemicals.
While
My
he is
dapper friend, if you want this fruit so badly, all you have to do is converse with us.
Oh, he doesn't like that. You can see him tighten the bow tie. His whole top like in on his when he tightens it a little tighter. Makes one eye bulge even a little bit more, and he
A
slaps.
vein pops out in his head because he's choking.
right. Oh.
He slaps the tentacle one more time, and the tentacle finally like curls up and kind of gives up with the mage hand holding this fruit. And he simply says, "I want no such things."
You don't want
just
this fruit,
my
then?
friend here, and you can see the tentacles like.
Tentacles.
Oh.
I turn to face the tentacle. Hello, would you like to converse with us?
Don't talk to the tentacle.
Why not? It is here as well, isn't it?
Well,
Hello, little one. Do you want a taste of my fruit?
it says. Yes, it wanted a taste of the fruit.
Well then, far be it from me to not give it to you. Just come a little closer so your little friend doesn't take it from you once more.
like outsiders. And he kind of like, again, he eyes you up and down with the one good eye that's like panning around like a, security camera.
How dare you
So
speak to me as an outsider?
at that moment, so Vannon has been making his way closer and closer to Lark, and waiting for Lark to do exactly this and tell it to come closer and then also refuse. And so I would like this little creature to make a charisma saving throw, please.
Oh, he needs to make
Promise
a
I'm gonna give this
charisma
right back to you.
saving throw, you say. Well, let me do this because
Do.
technically this character doesn't exist until
Oh,
today.
love it. Love it.
Didn't
Sorry,
exist
but
until
love it.
today. Yeah. Well, I thought maybe it would just pull a character sheet out. Let's try that again.
No such luck.
No such luck, but that's okay.
Shift and double left click. Hopefully, it will bring one up.
It's okay
That was
because
when I
they
figured
actually
that out.
have negatives. The kind of Darrow he is actually has a negative to his charisma, so it should be.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he won't have a good charisma score. He'll
Great.
have-
Okay.
great. Yeah, he did not do well.
So there's a flash of dark light. Basically, the world sort of turns into photo negative. And in that flash, the negative shapes of me and this Darrow switch places.
Whoa.
And when the world is back to normal, the Darrow is very close to a looming Lark standing right where I had been. And
Sweet.
just sort of give a little like, hope that helps to Lark.
You're such a treasure, Vannon.
Excuse me, am I talking to someone of notable import?
If you do not know who I am, darling, I'm afraid that you'll suffer the consequences. Silence! I'm currently dealing with your little beautiful friend here. And I offer the fruit to the tentacle.
The tentacle will snatch it up and goes, "Oh, now you did it now. He's on a diet,
My friend, you're gorgeous. You don't need a diet. Except maybe to cut bad friends out of your life.
I'm not a bad friend.
I grab him by the scruff of his collar and lift him up.
My dear lady, my name is Sir Fraggle.
And what is mine, little one?
I do not know, though I promise to call you by appropriate name if given to me with purpose.
I drop him.
May I present to you Lady Lark of the House of Whispers?
Oh, and he immediately bows low. You watch the tentacle drop the fruit, which it can't eat anyways.
Right.
Like it
Oh, I
can't
just
eat
want to
anyways.
squish it around.
Yeah, you just hear like the like suckers like.
Is it just an ambient tentacle? Is it not connected to something?
It is connected to him. You can
Oh
see
my
it's
God.
you missed the comment where I said it's coming from his trousers. It's kind of like a tail. It's coming from the back
yep.
side of his
You
trousers.
see why.
Yeah, it's
That's
a
where
tail. It's
we've been
totally
this whole time.
a tail.
Definitely
Yep.
a tail.
She definitely didn't wait 5 minutes between saying that it was in his pants before
Yeah.
telling us it was in the back of his pants.
Uh-huh.
Darrow just built different.
DMs learn things on the fly too. Be very specific, y'all.
Right.
Be very specific.
Apparently the butt is in the front too. Anyway,
So you see the
doggy
tentacle,
style's completely
like
different.
he bows very deeply. His like sideburns and his well trimmed hair almost touch the ground with how low he gets. The tentacle does this like flourishing unfurl as it drops the fruit and like just like his arms like expand outward to give you a very poignant bow.
I step on his back and push him down into the dirt.
Oh, I am so sorry. I did not know. How was I to know? You are wandering.
Your companion can still touch the fruit. You, on the other hand, I have an issue with you.
But why? I was just trying to go home.
You were just trying to go home. What do you do when a lady addresses you, my dear?
Well, if it's a true lady, I should probably bow.
Get
and
to the
announce myself.
point.
And announce myself. I should bow and announce myself.
Very good. I lift my boot off of him.
You see him brush his clothing off again.
I cast prestidigitation and clean him off.
Oh, thank you.
Be presentable in my sight.
My lady, let me make up for such atrocious introductions. I will.
Excuse me, I thought I did rather well.
My
You did
rude
wonderfully.
introduction.
Oh,
You see
yes.
the tentacle like
Aiden.
slap him again. This guy's a little kooky. The tentacle like slaps him a little bit, and he looks like. He tries to choose his words one time. He says,
Whole new form of pistol whipping right here.
yeah. He goes, may I, let me treat you to a real meal, not fruit. He says, and new clothes, finery. This is what
Are
I
you
do.
a tailor?
Ooh.
Are you the tailor? The ambassador in the mortal realm?
His one eye gets overly sized. You can see that there's like a fear. His single eye dilates. The tentacle kind of curls in when you say the ambassador.
Seems that we found the one we were referred to.
Referred by the ambassador, I shall give you everything you desire.
Yes.
Should have done that anyway.
We live and learn, yes, don't we? He says to the tentacle, and the tentacle like slaps him, and he slaps it back.
Yes, be very specific.
Yes,
At least your dress makes up for what is a considerable lack of decorum.
Please, I shall do what I can. Let me guess. You're headed to the courts.
Very good guess.
Yes. You will not find your way without great trouble there, but I can lead you safely through the forest. My shop, it's technically not part of the courts. It's on the outside of the courts because they said, Darrow, he can't live in the courts with his tail.
The Fraggle.
Yes, Sir Fraggle at your service.
Carry
Are
on.
you truly a knight?
I was knighted by the ambassador in private. The tentacle soul. It calls me sir.
Very well.
Darling. You're a knight in my heart now. But if you waste any more of my time talking instead of leading us to your shop, I'm afraid I'll be very displeased.
Yes, buckles to the dirt, say I. And he gathers, you see him like roll the tentacle up and stuff it in the back of his pants. And he, stay there, no more fruit.
The tentacle can have the fruit. Did I not say that already?
Oh, yes, he can have he picks up the same fruit that basically just has sucker marks, and he tucks it in the back of his pants, and the tentacle kind of grabs it. It will do, I imagine it's like a dog, it just gnaws on it until it's not really exist anymore, can't eat it.
Until it explodes in the man's pants. Got it.
He has balsa wood fragments all down his pants. Yeah. And so off you go. He runs at a rather daft pace. You can see he's like,
He's running. Okay, he's running. Keep up. Oh,
he goes,
boy. Here we go.
Pip, he says.
Trying.
Yeah, as he gives you a finger to make sure, we're leaving this place and you're keeping pace. And he actually leads you down what might be considered a path. It's not one that any naked eye could see. These may be a hunting path of some kind. You can see some horse tracks have come through here, but it's a much cleaner path than, say, trying to cut through the bramble. Yeah, it's a game trail. And he says, but this way, be wary of the water. And as he breaks through the brush, you see you've actually reached a river's edge.
Of shadow.
Basically. It's kind of like an icky ether. It's like a thick black tar ink that runs down this river. He looks over and he says, bad. So bad. Do not drink the water. Keep going. Almost there. And he keeps running, and within 5 or 10 minutes at a solid run, he finally leads you to a clearing in the woods. Off in the distance now, you can see 2 mountains, both of which have castles sitting on them. These kind of large, beautiful abodes. And of course, Lark, you would know that one of those belongs to the Shadow Queen. He sits in literally the shadow of these mountains, and under a tree, a big, gnarled, dead oak tree, somewhere probably through the mirror, right, of the forest near Zobeck.
So there's 2 castles?
There are, like, way off in the distance. You can see, like, the end of the path, these big rock walls attached to
Is one the Shadow King and one's the Shadow Queen? I see. They took living separate lives to the extreme, didn't they?
They don't really get along very well.
One's left Twix and one's
yeah.
right Twix.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, I should apologize to you two for my imperiousness.
No need to apologize.
I didn't say to you.
Oh, okay. Okay, right. I deserve that. Okay, we're almost there.
You insert yourself where you're not wanted.
Oh.
Stand up straight. Close your mouth. Strangle yourself with your tentacle. I'm joking, don't do that.
Okay. Whew. He's much stronger than I am, he says under his breath.
Dead silence!
It's almost there. And you see, he
I
pulls you up
imagine
under
you'll
this
see a
tree.
lot more of this later.
Yeah, he turns around like looking for permission to speak, and he gestures to this, like I said, this big tree that's probably a massive tree inside of Margreaves, like forest outside of Zobeck. But here it is rotted out on the inside, and he has built a storefront attached to this tree. And you can see there are like little windows. It is not small by any means. He clearly serves the Shadow Fae and the courts nearby, so like it's got a normal sized door and some other stuff. And he says, "Come! Do not stand outside." And he pulls a big gold key and he unlocks the door and it like eeks open, and you are met with some warmth. There's like a proper fire. The smell of food that may have been cooking throughout the day, and that's kind of coming from the back. But beautiful clothing, so beautiful. There's mannequins, wooden mannequins that have been carved from like logs and things here in this rotted forest that wear collars and fancy smancy vests and gold like embroidered dresses and tunics and robes hanging all over the place as far as the eye can see. And down the middle of the store, it seems that he also collects for any of you that are attuned to magic and can very kind of quickly pick it out or be sensitive to it, he's got some magical items here as well. Most of them look kind of mundane, but they give off a magical presence. And in the back, on a little like corner, is his sewing machine, the thing he crafts all of this from. And he comes in and he looks, of course, to Lark for permission to speak.
You may speak.
Oh, anything you want. You tell anything you want.
I would, well, if nobody minds, I would like to be, I would like to look presentable towards any sort of king or queen or of the courts, please.
Permission to give my opinion?
You have permission to speak freely.
Oh, you're showing a little too much skin, to be appropriate, that is. Mm-hmm.
Very well.
Here, and he starts digging through some chests, and he throws a thing, and he throws a thing, and starts tossing some things your way, like gloves and things to cover the parts of your flesh that may be showing. He tosses you there's this giant poof collar, of course. Yes.
Is something happening? Oh no. I'm gonna have to set my game up next week. God damn.
He turns to Lark, and he goes, "My dear lady, it would be of greatest honor to suit you. Choose your, to give you, what would you like?"
First, let's see what you can come up with.
Oh.
Shall we?
He kind of, looks you up and down. He takes your current garb in. You can see he takes in the weapons that you're carrying, your hair.
Yeah, Leviton's
right?
still out.
Yeah, you can see him he picks up on small bits and pieces of things, and he says, "I do not mean to pry, my lady. You come from great nobility here, yet you do not actually serve in the courts. May I be presumptuous in saying that you may be looking for an incognito option?"
There is no way to hide myself in the court.
you see, I don't really specialize in the... And he starts digging in a trunk trying to explain it to you because he just talks and talks because he's basically a mad scientist. And he pulls something out and he kind of keeps it from you, puts it behind his back and he says, oh, sometimes I specialize in adding a little magical touch to things. And he pulls forth a mask. Only a half-face mask, beautiful black lace. And he says, to wear the mask is to also not hide yourself, but to change yourself.
You offer me a disguise, then.
You are so beautiful. He gestures to what you're already wearing. I could give you gold robes and embroidered and put your name on your sword, but this allows you to be whatever you want to be.
I would not insult Leviton by putting my name upon it.
No.
It has its own power and will, you know.
It's beautiful. He kind of actually bows to the sword, recognizing the level of like power and energy.
She actually.
Power and energy drawn from her. May I? He's still holding the mask, and he removes the kind of much too small spectacles that he wears, puts them down, and he puts the mask on. And as he does, you watch as basically a minor illusion is cast on him. He changes from his gray skin to a much cuter gnome. His cheeks are rosy. He looks like he's come out of a little forest with mushrooms in it. But you know deep down that is definitely not him. His beard goes from chlorine green to beautiful umber and orange, and he takes on life. He seems to be different. He says, yeah? Ooh, handsome, no? And he kind of puts his little dandy buckled shoe out.
May I try it on, then?
Oh, and he removes it immediately back to this kind of creepy Darrow character. The tentacles now like peering over his shoulder, watching you. It's still like holding the fruit. And he kind of bows as he passes it to you.
Holding the fruit like it's an eye stalk?
Yeah, basically.
I take the lace mask and I place it on my face.
Mm-hmm.
And instantly, Lark's hair is nearly white silver in color, and it instantaneously turns like a deep crimson. Her eyes turn from silvery gray to a deep green, and I think her coloration becomes much less pale. She has star markings across her skin, and these lines that come from her eyes,
Nice.
They disappear and smooth out, and then two golden horns come across her temple.
My lady, he bows again. Your imagination is far surpasses that of what mine is. Look at you. He kind of gazes up at you as most people of the courts often do, in sheer amazement and the vigor of your beauty.
I look in a mirror nearby. I suppose it will do.
I am more than happy to also, and he kind of gestures to a row of dresses and gowns and all kinds of beautiful things. But he does look to Vannon and he says, would do you have interest in...
So I think while Lark has been being outfitted, Vannon has been going around and like pulling things. So when he turns to Vannon has his outfit picked out, but none of it, like it all still has to be tailored.
Yeah.
So there's this like,
and,
or a little small in places, but like nothing quite fits, right? So like he's got this deep sort of navy blue robe.
Okay.
With I think like not a shiny gold, but like a slightly muted gold sort of trim to it, and just these black lace ruffles on the collar and sleeves that have gold thread in them, and a cloak that is that is not clasped because it's like maybe for this Darrow
for
or
his
something.
size,
it's very small. It looks like it's like a little like napkin or something, but it has the symbol of Sarastra on it. So I was like, well, I do need that. I'm
want
sure
that.
he can fix it.
He turns and he goes, oh, okay. He kind of comes over like seeing that things aren't like this is what he does.
Right.
He and the tentacle immediately begin working together. You see, he takes the cloak, he passes it to the tentacle passes it over to the sewing machine, and it becomes this kind of dance that they do as he kind of goes around. He quickly, like, you see him take his, like, fingernail and he runs it along the lines of the pants, and it lets the hem out, right? And he quickly, like, sews up super fast in a rather dexterous way the pants legs or the arm sleeve, and it starts to fit as you're beginning to wear it. He's really good at what he does, and he's very quick, and he looks to the tentacle who is over at the sewing machine, and you can see the tentacle like pumps the sewing machine and like builds up the momentum, and then it like feeds it through, and you see it's beginning to work on your cloak. It's taking the smaller cloak and using it like a patch for a much larger one. You said it had the Sarastra symbol on it. That's what you wanted. So
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you know, it wasn't made for a critter of your size.
No.
No. But he does say, interesting choice in cloak. Mm-hmm. Also, very magical.
Oh. I felt it when I chose it, but you know, all glory.
You worship her. Huh?
I sort of look over to Lark, not apologetically, but like acknowledging that this probably is a thing that we should talk about at some point. And then just say, yes.
He says, I tell you, this, and he points to the patch that the tentacle's like putting it through the sewing machine, is special. If ever in need, you can burn it, and it shall call her to speak to you. It summons her voice.
That Lark's eyes go a little wide, but she doesn't say anything.
Yep. There's that moment of like, but he says, is almost like a summoning spell, but not. For you cannot summon such a queen. And he bows at the same symbol you do, as if maybe he too worships her in some way, in his own way, his own weird Darrow way.
Sure. Darrow way, right?
Yeah, in his own Darrow way. But he simply says, will work, I tell you. Pure fire, burned to a crisp. Call her name. She will talk to you.
A useful tool where we are going. May I ask, you had such suggestions for my companions. A headpiece, do you think?
He runs over, and you see him actually spin like a wall that had like shoes or boots or something on it, and on the other side are hats. And you know he wears hats because he wore his very cool like pop top hat. Are you looking for a particular? Do you want like a band? Are you looking for an actual hat? Are you looking for just like?
I don't think it's a hat. I think if anything, it's like, I don't even want to say fascinator, but something of that sort of size, like something very simple. It could also be something more like, I keep seeing, I'm blanking on the princess from Neverending Story. What, she was the, what she had a name or a title? The
childlike empress.
Childlike empress, that's it. And she had like a little like pearl, like metal and gem, anything like that. Really headpiece, not hat.
You're looking for like a headpiece. I mean? He points once again. He says, since you may have to burn the cloak, I have something for you. And he goes over to the wall and pulls off kind of this chain headpiece, right? It like runs down the center, and it drops it's like a pennant, a symbol. It's her symbol right in the middle, so it would sit in kind of the middle of your forehead, right at your hairline. It kind of wraps around so you can kind of tighten it or whatever, and then you can put whatever you want on top of it or hide it in your hairline. But there's this symbol now, a circlet that kind of hangs from the center right there for Sarastra.
Yeah, I like it.
And he looks around. He looks at the both of you, but where is the other one?
Where I go? Is this too? I have a feeling this is too tight.
Oh my god.
We could loosen it.
Cord, I love you so much.
It's harder to make your neck smaller, so maybe we can expand it.
Okay.
So he comes
Yes,
over.
I like what it's doing, but it's just a little
You seem.
tight.
You look like you're topping on a cupcake.
Good. That's good. Yes.
Cupcakes are very popular in the courts. Making notes.
Very good.
All
right.
And he comes over. He says, "But
God, yes.
you two have keen eyes, all of you, keen eyes." He says, "This one, you didn't do it right." And he kind of comes around, and you feel the tentacle go like up to the back of where it like attaches, and it snaps it. He says, "Oh, stop it! You're freaking him out!" And he kind of slaps it, and he puts his two tiny, cold, scaly, Darrow hands on your neck instead. He undoes it, and then whatever he does back there, kind of loosens it and retightens it. And when it does,
Is that the tentacle? Is that the tentacle touching me?
I said stop
Oh
touching.
no, it's not. Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
And yeah.
The Darrow is licking the back of your neck, though.
But it's how to activate, he says. And you do feel like something wet. Maybe it is a tongue, because why not? But he doesn't lick you. It's accidental. And
Okay.
you hear the snap close again. And he says, "Ha! How do you feel?" And you feel this. First off, it fits better. It doesn't feel like it's choking you anymore.
That's
And
much
this big
better,
collar. And it makes you feel very confident. You look in the mirror. He even says, "So handsome are you." As long as you wear the collar, you get a boost to your charisma.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a magical. All of you basically have magical items of varying sorts, right? You
I
have a
will do
major
that.
illusion, a boost in your charisma while you wear the collar. Though, when the collar
Bag
comes
and
off,
collar.
yeah, when the collar comes off. So basically, what it does is it gives you.
This
that
has
nice
to
little
stay
boost.
on. Believe me.
Yeah. This just keep it on. Just keep it on. Collar all the time. And
Yeah.
he now takes the three of you and he says, "My, you are so handsome." And he almost cries, like seeing his work on all of you, because you can imagine, based on the amount of stuff he has here, there are very few people that shop from him. Probably he's forced into this kind of work by the ambassador, other people of the courts, but you're not sure how much he loves this and how much he's kind of here to do it. But he doesn't get customers like you that just wander through the forest into his shop, if that makes sense.
I only had transformed. I don't think I have an outfit yet.
Yeah. Oh, then he says, "Choose anything you would like." Your current
anything,
color
then.
scheme is what?
Blue and white.
It is blue and white. Okay. Yeah, in my head it was blue and white. Do you want to?
I just start.
Nope, already have a blue and white. Sorry.
A full rack of clothing.
Sorry.
And I'm done.
Yeah, you take it all. He says, "Oh, but okay, I shall charge it to the ambassador."
You absolutely should charge
Yeah.
it to the ambassador.
Yes.
Yes,
Tell him that I'm so pleased with your work that I want you to charge double. And if he does not do that, well, I suppose I'll just have to speak to the queen, won't I?
My lady, he kind of says, and again he bows. The tentacle also bows, which is holding the pen, writing in the book.
Or more
to
likely
keep-
the king.
yeah,
Probably
right,
king
you
likes
know.
to be better.
He clearly charges it to his like account, right, which is basically like a little card he keeps, tallies it, double the carry the one. Stop, you don't. That's not right. And Tentacle looks at him like, "That is right. Not it, but you gotta carry the. Oh, right, okay." And then he gets the books right, and he says, "Well, the soup is ready." And about this time, the door to the shop like blows open. It slams.
Can I try one thing before we do this?
Oh yeah, totally.
Just one thing. I want to cast Lesser Restoration on this man and see if I can restore his sanity.
Interesting. You may break this poor fellow tonight. Okay.
I mean, how could I not when I look like this?
Okay, so
Hello.
Lark, you may have heard of Darrow as well. I know you weren't here to make this roll. I know Vannon knows about Darrow. So Darrow are a very strange race. Their connection to family and the community is very strange. They are all born sane. They are driven to insanity by their parents. It is part of their culture. So this will be very interesting to see if you can reverse the sanity on this man, because this is like, yeah, no.
Do you want me to roll something?
Yeah. If you have Lesser Restoration, go ahead and cast it. Let's see.
Okay.
He's gonna have to make a roll, right?
Oh no, I'm thinking of a different character. I don't have it. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's okay.
Oh, no,
that's perfect.
Ruined. I thought it was.
He still
I'm a
looks at you.
bad cleric, so I don't have it
so bad cleric. He's still very moved by all of your kindness, I guess you could say. The tentacle finishes up the books and starts pouring soup, and then the door to the shop slams open. The bells ting ting ting. Some of the items that are on the shelves in the center of the store, this kind of boutique-y thing that he's got, these tchotchke items, these magical tchotchke items, some of them blow over, and you feel 3 shadows like pan into the space. They almost smash into all 3 of you as your shadows rejoin your form. And the silhouette of the door steps your 4-legged friend, Seraphim, kind of standing there in the silhouette. I don't know what Seraphim says because, well, I'm not Seraphim. And we'll have to find out next week, but it seems that Seraphim has rejoined the party.
Oh, good.
Just in time for our own montage.
And you simply hear Sir Fraggle say, "Aw, I don't make 4-legged pants."
Oh, what a perfect closing line.
That's fucking great.
That's it. That's got to be it because that's everything.
Bring it to a close. He has that moment of like, oh no, I'm going to have to, yeah. And you see a fade to black as next week. Actually, next week is a holiday, everyone, here in the States.
Right.
So we are going to give all of our stateside friends here at the table a proper day off. So next Monday, we encourage you to do the same. Rest up, or I don't know, pick up one of your books and plan a game yourself. Like, well, I don't know, Courts of the Shadowfae, which is now
Courts of the Shadowfae session.
Yeah, please do. It's great fun.
And then tell us about it.
And then tell us about it. Tell us how you did things differently. And we always love to hear it. There is, in fact, a Kobold Press Discord. It is a community-run Discord, though we do have like an official Kobold channel where we put official things and the whatnot. But know that is a great place for you to connect with other people who love Kobold Press and all the many things that we do. And in addition, please do not forget, we are in the final week, this Friday. The current Kickstarter we have is closing. For those of you that love Deep Magic, the book Deep Magic that we put out, which is awesome, you can now get Deep Magic cards. I believe at only $100, you get 1,400 cards. You get every class deck of Deep Magic cards for $100. All of them.
Wow.
1,400 cards, y'all. My set is supposed to be here Wednesday, and I'm gonna hopefully do an unboxing for all of you to show you like what the cards look like. But that is a steal of a deal, and I believe the full set, if you want all the classes when it hits market, like after the Kickstarter, is gonna cost you about $50 more. So now is the time to get that. Go to Kickstarter. Deep Magic spell cards, you can find it. You still have a chance. Like I said, I'm going to be doing an unboxing, showing some of them off online on Wednesday before, last chance to get your hands on them. So the world is coming back to some level of normalcy. I started seeing pictures this week of people like gaming with their friends. And I was like, oh,
I saw a bunch of them.
Right? It's now time to start like getting those things that we need, like hard copy books and cool magic spell cards to pass out to your crew. So this is great. And thank you. Your turn, my turn. Passover does start on Friday. So again, we're gonna give and we wish a great Passover to all of our friends celebrating. So there you go. I'm done. I'm Dot. Y'all know where to find me. I'll be back here, same Kobold time, same Kobold channel on Wednesday. But let's go around, let these amazing people tell you where they can, you can find them and what they're up to. Myth, it's your turn to go first. Yeah, that look.
Oh, I was muted. Hi, everyone. I'm Mythomatic, or Cord. You can find me on twitter.com/Mythomatic, or you can see what I'm up to stuff and when I'm doing stuff. I'm a voice actor, streamer, producer here on Twitch. We have a finale of Let's Get Wild Mount on Saturday, where I am doing the production for. We also have Wednesday's my birthday, so stop on by my channel.
Hey, happy birthday!
Thank you. I'm very excited, and I'm going to be...
in my Kobold fashion, I shall kazoo for you. Happy birthday.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. That was really special. I have, yeah, it was really great. So what am I doing? On Wednesday, I'm going to be doing and playing Dungeons of the Mad Mage with a bunch of my friends over on my channel and also their channels respectively. So it'll be multi-streamed and a lot of fun. So come by, hang out, and that's it. I'm also over on Table Story throughout the week as well. Just follow me on Twitter and you'll see what I'm up to and when I'm doing stuff. That's me.
Nice.
Thank you.
Eeny, meeny, miny. I'm gonna make it Persephoroth. Your turn. Go on, Sephi.
Hello, I'm Persephone, aka Persephoroth. That's Persephiroth. God, I hope I spelled that right. Otherwise, I'll be clipped and saved forever. I am a TTRPG content creator. I make, I am the DM and creative director of Fast Times at D&D High, which is my podcast that you should totally check out. It's about a bunch of misfit kids going through high school in a fantasy setting. It's very fun. We also have... I also stream on Twitch under the same name, so go ahead and check me out there. And on Mondays, right before this, at 4 p.m. EST, I am on the official Dungeons & Dragons channel playing Candlekeep this time. I just finished my run as DM, so I will be playing now while another person steps into the DM seat.
That's
and it'll be
always
fun to see
nice.
how different each game's. Yeah, it's very nice because like DMing and then playing on a Monday was a little hectic for me, not gonna lie. But it's cool.
Now you get to just like you get to play. You're just gonna play and play.
Yeah, it's gonna be very nice.
I imagine so. Awesome. Well, I dropped some links in chat, everybody, so make sure to go do the follow thing, hit those Twitches. Leaving us with our dear friend, Eugenio. Bring us home.
Hi, everybody. I'm Eugenio. I'm DM Jazzy Hands. You can follow me on Twitter at DM Jazzy Hands. Same thing here on Twitch. Let's see, tomorrow, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I stream. Currently, I am just loving my life playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
For the first time?
For the first time. We're going to go through the whole series.
I've watched, I haven't commented. So.
Have you been there?
Oh, I've been there in secret while I work. So.
That's okay. I love that. Look, lurkers make Twitch go round. I love that, but that makes me happy to hear. I like it when you're...
Have you cried yet?
I like watching you.
Well, no, because it takes me forever to do anything. So we have only just filled out our full companion roster. So, but yeah, I am going through that series for the first time. So come hang out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Wednesdays, I'm over on Cypher of Tears channel as the storyteller for Into the Motherlands. We're on episode 6, 7, who's to say? Whatever, that's Wednesday night at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. And then on Sundays, I'm over with the Rivals of Waterdeep, playing Kent, my tiefling rogue, with Masood Haq as our DM this season. There are mysteries. Masood is really into the fact that we are going to hit episode 100 for our finale this season and is tying in a bunch of past characters from the Rivals that we have recently learned, and it's very cool. So come hang out with us on Sunday afternoons, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. And that's me.
So y'all out there in chat, you got lots to watch. You got birthdays to chill on Wednesday. You got Mass Effect to lurk and or not lurk in. You can also be active. So, and then of course, Sephi's doing like as much tabletop as I'm doing. So just go pick one. Cool. That's it. We appreciate you being here tonight for Monday night. And like I said, we'll be back on Wednesday cracking. Hopefully, if the mail arrives in time, I'll have real cards to show you. We'll make it rain deep magic spell cards as we take a look at what they actually look like. And you can, support to that Kickstarter before it's all done at the end of the week. I think that is all we have for you. Thanks again, everybody. We will see you not next week because holidays, but the following. Same Kobold time, same Kobold channel. Until next time, everybody. Bye.
Dream of tentacles.
Yes.
Bye.
Dream of tentacles.